So let's talk about link wheels. Well, what are they? Link wheels are basically interconnected groups of sites. They're a set of Web 2.0 properties that link to each other and push a central money site higher in the search engines. So basically you can think of it like a wheel. Each spoke of the wheel is a link from an external site. In the middle of the wheel is what we call your money site. Your money site is the site that's going to earn you money directly. So it could be your sales letter, your AdSense site, your CPA offer, whatever it might be. It's all there, all in the middle. So basically you create this wheel of sites around it that link to each other and link to the central site. It's a very, very effective way to help you increase your search engine rankings. You can get a massive boost up the search engines by doing something as simple as creating these sites, particularly if you pick authority sites that are ranking well in the search engines anyway. So it's very, very effective, and what you'll find is you can start to dominate the top 10 search results in Google because your Web 2.0 properties are going to start to rank, but on top of that you're going to get ranking from your money site. So with this you could get 5, 6, 7 or more of the top 10 results if you do it properly and follow through what we're going to teach you. Now the only downside of link wheels is they can take a little while to create. They're not exactly quick and they can be very, very time consuming. So it can take you some time to do it, and I think this puts a lot of people off creating link wheels. People are excited, they're keen to have a go, and then they realise how long it's going to take and it puts them off. But it can provide you with a really good kick up the search engine, so honestly it is worthwhile doing. Now whether you choose to do it yourself, use software, or to outsource it is entirely up to you. It's your choice how you do it, but we're going to talk about those options as we go through it. But whatever your traffic generation strategy is, whatever your magic formula for getting yourself to the top of the search engines is, a link wheel should become a component of it because it's very, very useful. Particularly if you create a link wheel per keyword, you can end up with a very, very powerful network of websites that are really going to help you dominate the search engines. Now, what's in this course? Well, this is a complete step-by-step guide to link wheels. Now, I know there's some other training out there. You'll find the odd PDF telling you a little bit about link wheels, but this is an absolute step-by-step guide that tells you everything you need to know from start to finish, including some really advanced techniques. So we're going to discuss a lot in this video series. We're going to talk about the content that you need, where to get it from, what to use, and how, depending upon your strategy for your link wheel, you'll use different types of content. We're going to talk about how to create a link wheel as well. I'm going to show you how you do this. It's not particularly difficult to do, but I want to show you exactly how you create a link wheel. I'm going to talk to you about some advanced link wheel techniques as well. Now there's plenty of techniques you can use, but I want to show you some particularly effective ones to help you really maximize the results you get from your link wheels. Now of course, one thing you can do is all these spokes of your link wheels are independent websites. What happens if you promote those and get them ranking? Your money site will get extra link love and get a good boost up the search engine. So we're going to talk about that as well. It's very, very important. It's really going to help you. We're also going to talk about outsourcing, because I think outsourcing is very important when it comes to link wheel creation. Sure, you can do it all yourself, but at the end of the day, it takes time, and it's time you could be spending doing something else. So I'm going to talk to you about how you outsource your link wheel creation and give you a lot of tips as well. Now, a lot of people don't like link wheels because they say they don't work because their sites get deleted and removed and delisted. Now, that doesn't happen if you follow the tips I'm going to give you. I'm going to show you tips for success that are really, really going to help you succeed with link wheels. And of course, it's going to be a lot more. This isn't just about link wheels. You're going to learn lots more information about internet marketing, traffic generation, and so on. It's going to be an action-packed course full of information. So you may want to get yourself a pen and paper and take some notes as you go through, because we're going to cover quite a lot. So I hope you're ready for us to move on now. We're going to start talking more about link wheels right now, and I'm going to show you a picture of a link wheel and tell you more about how they actually work. Okay, so here we have a picture of a link wheel. You can see it's fairly easy to understand. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spokes. Now typically a link wheel may have more, may have less, it depends on how many you want to create. But you can see what we do is that each of these spokes is linking to another one of the spokes and to the money site. Now obviously you don't have to link in the order like this. Wet Paint might link to Hub Pages might link to Squidoo, which links to WordPress, and so on. But you would link them to each other because that helps boost them all up, and then obviously they all link to your money site. Now remember, these links, these arrows represent links, are 70% your main keyword and 30% your other keywords. This helps minimize the footprint and helps make the linking strategy look more natural. Now what you would do with each of these spokes here, as you can see down here with Squidoo, what we've done is we've dug it with dig.com, we've stumbled upon it, we've maybe submitted an article or two, we've done some social bookmarking at OnlyWire, and maybe used Delicious as well. So what this does is this notifies the search engines that this Squidoo Lens, our Web 2.0 property, is in existence, and helps get it some backlinks so that it can start to rise up the search engine rankings. So it's very, very important to do this. You might submit the RSS feed, you might do a few other bits and pieces, because remember, the higher each of these spokes rank, the better it is for your money site, because page rank transfers through. So if I've got a page rank 2 here linking to my money site, it's going to give it a lot more weight in the search engine. So this is going to benefit greatly if these rank well and are also considered to be authorities. Now if you do this well, you can end up with all of these ranking in the top 10. You can pretty much dominate the search engine results for your desired keywords. So you know, pretty much any link that anyone clicks on is something to do with you, and it's something you're going to earn from. So yeah, this is link wheels basically in a nutshell. They're not difficult to do, and all you do is you keep adding in new spokes over time and making the link wheel bigger and bigger and bigger. And all you do is you keep adding links to each other and the links to your central money site, and you just perform some promotion of each of the sites, and you do well. This is it. It's simple. It really isn't difficult to do. It just takes a bit of time, and unfortunately that puts a lot of people off, because a lot of people don't want to spend the time doing this. But if you do, you're going to see some really good results, because this central money site is going to rank very well in the search engines. So keyword research for a link wheel is pretty much the same as it is for a normal website. You come to the Google external keyword tool, or whatever your particular favorite tool is, and do some searches. So we're going to say we're going to look for, let's go for natural weight loss is the keyword we're going to look for. Now we can change our location here. So let's pick United States. In fact, let's pick all countries. And you can see they've updated the tool slightly because you can add filters in it. So I might want to say, well, I only want global monthly searches over 1,000. Anything less than that I'm not really interested in, because there's not enough traffic to make it worth my while. So we'll look for all countries and all languages, and we can have this filter. And we're actually going to take this filter out just for this example. So we've set it to all countries and all languages. So basically this gives us an idea of how many searches there are in total. Now if I want to know just how many English searches there were, I could use this option here. But I want, for this example, I want to know exactly how many there are across the whole world. So let's do all languages, and let's click on search. Okay, now you can see here it's come up with some search results for us, and you can see it gives us the keyword and global monthly searches here. Now if I click on this column here, it will sort them by global monthly searches, which just makes it a little bit easier for us to look at it. So you can see it's given us lots of different ideas for keywords, as well as the keyword we search for. So you've got natural weight loss, that's got 135,000 searches, that's a good one, and many more. Now if we scroll down, we get to the lower end. These are what we call the long tail keywords. These are much easier to target. So what you may do with your link wheel is you may want to target some of these lower competition, lower searches ones, which usually have less competition. You may want to go down as far as even some of these that are sort of 700 or 800 searches a month, because these should be relatively easy for you to rank for, so you can get your spokes of your link wheel ranking. So we're going to say we're going to look at, let's just take this keyword here, natural weight loss. In fact, no, quick natural weight loss. So what we'll do is it's got 1600 searches, so let's go and check Google. What we do is we put it in quotes, and we do a Google search, and we look at the competing sites. Now there's only 36,900 competing sites, so that will be a green light. Basically anything under about 50-60,000 is good to go for. You can see it's a keyword that makes money. There's lots of advertisers down this side, and if we look at what's in here, you can see, right, well, what's top? There's a Go articles. This is user generated content. These look like sales pages. There's another article there. So this looks like it'd be a good keyword to target. So one thing we can do as well is, if we're looking for more ideas, is we go here to the Google Wonder Wheel. Now the Wonder Wheel is a great tool, and what it does is it shows us other keywords related to it, and natural weight loss remedies, and when you click on each one, it's going to give you more and more ideas. So it's a good way to find out what Google thinks are related keywords to your keyword. So it's a very, very powerful thing to do. Now when it comes to using your keywords, what you want to do is you want to use your main keyword. So if a quick natural weight loss is my main keyword, I'm going to use that, say, 70% of the time in my link wheel linking. I will pick other keywords from here, and I will use these keywords probably around about 30%. The reason being is, if all your link wheels are using the same keyword, then that's obviously going to give it away to Google. It leaves a footprint. So what we want to do is we want to minimize the footprint that we leave. So using sort of 30% of other keywords as a rough figure means that not all links are coming from the same keyword, so it gives that more, shall we say, natural look. Plus, it's going to help your site obviously rank for those other keywords. And that's pretty much all you need to do with keyword research. So you'd write these down, put them in Notepad, whatever it might be. You'd keep track of these keywords, and then you start using them as we go through. Now remember, these keywords are also going to be in your content, so they'll be in the title. Your main of each link wheel spoke, the main keywords are going to be in the title. So I might have quick natural weight loss at Squidoo, for example, and so on. I might end up having to put the word tips or put dashes in it, or secrets or advice or help or something in it at the end, so that it's still the main keyword, but I want the main keyword there because that's very, very important in getting it to rank. And once you've got these, you're ready to move on to the next stage, where we're going to start creating the link wheel itself. So let's talk a little bit about content for your link wheel now. Now, the type of content you use will depend upon your strategy for your link wheel. Are you looking at dominating the top 10 and having human visitors? Or are you basically not fussed about the human visitors, and all you want is to get the links to your site? If you really want human visitors and you want to rank well, then you need unique content. It has to be well written, unique content, either written by yourself or outsourced. It doesn't matter which. If you're outsourcing it, be prepared to pay sort of $10-ish for decent quality content. Now, if you're creating, say, a 10 link wheel, a 10 spoke link wheel, each one maybe has 2 pieces of content on it, that means you need 20 unique pieces of content. Now, this isn't, particularly practical, because it's going to take you a couple of days to write it, or it's going to cost you a couple of $100 to outsource it. So what you might do is you might get 2 or 3 unique articles written, and then spin it or something else to stretch the content out so you can use it in your link wheels. Now, the last thing you want is for all your link wheels to be identical in content if you are expecting real people to visit and you want them to read it. If it's all the same, they're going to leave the site very quickly, because they're going to go, well, I've seen this already, and go. So if you've got unique content on each one, it's very, very powerful, because you can really dominate the search results. The other option, of course, is to use private label rights content. Now, this can be used as is or rewritten, or, as we'll talk about in a minute, spun. It depends upon what you want to achieve. Now, PLR content you're probably going to use if you are not too worried about humans ever really visiting it, because again, you don't want people coming to your site and going, oh, I've already seen this. Yeah, they've seen it lots and lots of places. You want them to come there, find something fresh, new and interesting, and then obviously come through to your money site. The final option, of course, is spun content. It can be either unique or PLR spun. Now, in reality, what you are likely to use is a combination of these. You're likely to use some unique content, some spun unique content, some rewritten or spun PLR content. You're going to use a combination of it because it's probably most cost effective, and it's also going to give you sort of the quickest and the best results. So you're likely to use a combination of this, and it will vary from linkwheel to linkwheel as to, do you have PLR content that's good enough quality? Do you have access to a spinner? Have you got someone to write the unique content? So it's going to vary. But what I want to do now is just talk a little bit more about spinning the content, because spinning is another thing that people don't really understand, and there's a lot of, shall we say, mystique and a lot of misunderstanding. So firstly, you need a 450 plus word article. You need a decent length article. If it's too short, then it's not really enough content for linkwheel. You want something that's good length. About 450, 500 to 600 words is enough. Any longer than that, and you might as well stretch it out a little bit longer and split it into two. So somewhere between 450 and 600-ish words, and not exact figures. So somewhere around that. Once you've done that, you won't then want to use your particular spinning syntax to rewrite each sentence 3 times. Now, this will vary according to what type of spinner software you're using, but basically you rewrite each sentence 3 times. And you will find that perhaps you can't rewrite all of them. You may find that some of them you can only rewrite once or twice. Other sentences you may be able to rewrite 5 or 6 times. So, you know, 3's a sort of average you're looking for. So some will be less and some will be more. Just, you know, if you can rewrite it a number of times, rewrite it that number of times. Then within each sentence that you've rewritten, basically every single one of the sentences, you spin as many phrases and words as you can. So if there's a phrase that you can spin, you spin it. If there's a single word you can spin, you spin that as well. So you spin the single words typically with synonyms and the phrases with other phrases that mean the same. You will spin contractions with the full version, so can't becomes cannot, your becomes you are, there becomes they are, and so on. And what this does is this varies the word length of the article and helps make it that little bit more unique. Now, if you've got numbers, you may spin those between number 1 and the word 1. If you've got lists, you may do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I, V, VI, and so on, or A, B, C, D, E, something like that. So you've got to try and spin as much as you can so it varies and looks different. And if you can do that, then obviously that's going to make the article highly unique. You're going to get a massive level of uniqueness, which means you can get 50, 60, 70 plus articles out of a single article that are really, really unique. And that is fantastic and just what you want, because the more unique your articles are, then obviously the better it's going to be for you, simply because you're going to have unique content that looks and sounds different on all of your linkwheel properties. Now, there are automated spinners out there that you can use, and I've experimented with a few of them, and I can honestly say that whilst they do produce a high level of uniqueness, they don't produce content that is readable for humans. There's plenty of words which have many meanings in the English language which the spinners don't understand the context. They just look at the word and spin that word. They don't understand the context which the word is being used in. So, for example, one niche that I've seen a lot of recently is, say, past life regression. Now, put that into an automated spinner and life and regression will be left alone. But past will be spun to previous, past and previous. And of course, previous life regression doesn't make sense. It's not the same thing. And there's many other examples like that. So you can use an automated spinner if you're creating canon fodder that's just for the search engines and you don't care about real visitors ever actually seeing it. And if you do that, then obviously, you know, be aware that it's not going to read properly and it's not going to make sense. But if you follow through what we've talked about here for spinning your link wheel content, then you are going to find that it's very, very good. You're going to get some really, really good, unique content. That means your link wheel is going to be unique. So that means that every single site can rank very, very well, and you are much more in the chance of dominating the search engine results and really, really, you know, being the #1 player in your particular niche. So we want to start by creating our link wheel. Now, we've talked a bit about the theory, and over the coming videos we'll go into more detail about them. But for now, we want to talk about how you create your first site. So we're going to create our first site here on, let's say, blogger.com. It doesn't matter which one you create it on. There's many out there, so just pick one and start on that one. But don't always start on the same one. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign in with our Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you can create one as you sign in. So I'm just going to sign in and we'll start creating a blog. Okay, so now we have to create our blog. So we give it a title. Now we're going to call it 7 Steps to Internet Marketing Success. So we can say that our keyword here is Internet Marketing Success. So what we want is we want our keyword in the title and our keyword here as the domain name. So let's check the availability and see whether it's free. It's not available, so we can go for this one, 7 Steps to Internet Marketing Success. What we might do is we might decide, well, actually we're going to call it Internet Marketing Success Tips. Let's see if that works. Right, that's not available either, so let's just put for you, see if that one's free. Okay, so that is available, so we then click continue. So we got a keyword in there. Ideally you want your keyword right at the start of the URL, because that's going to be much better for you. So now we have to pick a theme. Again, it doesn't matter what theme you choose unless you're particularly keen on human visitors. We'll just go on at random. We're going to have that one. Oh, missed. That one will do. There you are. We picked one. And then click continue. You can pick any template you want. It just doesn't matter. As long as it looks nice, that's all that we're fussed about. You know, you can spend some time designing and picking the template if you really want, but you've got to remember, part of the aim of the game here is to get these sites done and get these sites out there fairly quickly. The more time you spend messing around with the sites, then obviously the longer it's going to take you to create your link wheel. Okay, and then we're ready to continue. You can have a look at the advanced setups where you can use your own domain or import a blog from somewhere else, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to start blogging. Okay, so what we do is we're going to put our article in here. So there's our article. We put our title up here. So this is the title, keyword in title. Your article is going to be keyword rich. You want decent keywords in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put links through to our website. So we'd have keyword 1 and keyword 2. Now what these will do is these need to be naturally included in the text. So write about something naturally and just include your keyword, and then all you do to make it a hyperlink is to click that button there, and then when you're done you publish the post and it's out there. Now there's many other things you can do. You can monetize it with some Google ads, you can change the layout settings, etc, etc. It's up to you how you want to do it, whether you want to edit it. You may want to add 2 or 3 posts. Now if you spun your content, in here will go a spun version. So let's just spun version of article will go in there, and then you'll have unique titles. So you don't want to create, say, a 60 spoke link wheel with, you know, every single one having the same title, because that's obviously going to give it away. So you want to vary the title, different combinations of keywords and so on, in order to really make it look good and sound good. And basically that's what you do once you've got your keywords. So this one is going to link to our money site, say, and then this one is linked to next link wheel spoke. Now obviously if you haven't created this yet, you can't link to it. So in this instant, because we haven't got any more, we probably wouldn't have this keyword. This keyword would disappear, and we may have a link out to, say, an authority site or something else. When we create our next spoke in our link wheel, we will have these two links. Now, don't always do them in the same order. Sometimes swap these over. So, you know, the link wheel spoke link is first, and then the money site link is second. So swap them around occasionally. So on our next one, we would have these two links in, one linking to this blogger blog and the other linking to our money site. And that's basically all you need to do. You simply just repeat this for as many Web 2.0 properties as you want to, and you just keep doing the same process again and again and again, and you'll end up quite literally with lots and lots of incoming links. And then what you need to do is, I'd recommend just create a spreadsheet or a text document, a notepad or whatever, and what you want to do is you want to record, let's just write down what you want to record. You want to record the site name, then you want to record the username, the password, the URL to the site, and maybe the RSS feed. And then that makes it easy for you to quite simply track this. And then once you've created them, you go through the URLs and ping them. You go and submit the RSS feeds. You may also want to track keyword 1 or the two keywords. So you might want money site keyword and maybe link wheel keyword, so the internal link to the next site. So you may want to track those, and that will help you track what keywords you're using, so you can make sure that you don't use the same keyword too many times. Just tracking something like that is going to make it a lot easier for you to administrate this and keep track of what you've done, where you've done it, and basically update it so that you can keep track of what you've done, and you're pinging everything. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to create the site, then you've got to ping it, then you've got to submit the RSS feed, and then a week later you're going to think, right, now where was that site? What was it called again? Because I want to go back and add some more content. So, just a simple spreadsheet like this is going to help you keep track of it. Very, very worthwhile doing. But you can see, it's not difficult to do, is it? It's really, really easy. And you just repeat this for multiple sites, and before you know it, you will have a good amount of incoming links to your website. It's incredibly powerful, effective, and easy to do. So now you understand sort of the basics of a link wheel. Let's go on to the next video and talk a little bit more about some of the advanced techniques and how you can really take your link wheel structure to the next level. So let's talk about some of the advanced techniques you can use with your link wheels. Well, firstly, one thing you can do that's very, very effective is what we are talking about here in the main program. Is we're talking about creating a link wheel to promote your money site. But what if you created a link wheel for the spokes within your link wheel? How would that affect you? What would that do for those spokes? Of course, it would give them a big boost up the search engines, and before you knew it, you'd be in a position where pretty much you own the top 10 or 20 or even 30 results. It's very, very powerful to do this. Now, yes, it is going to take some more time, but if you're serious about dominating a niche, then link wheels for your link wheel spokes is a very, very effective way forwards. You repeat the whole link wheel procedure that we talked about for each of the spokes within your main link wheel. So if you remember way back in video 2, we had that diagram of a link wheel. What you would do is you create one of those link wheels not only for your money site, but in the middle would be, say, your Squidoo lens or your blogger blog or your WordPress blog or whatever it might be, and that's going to give them a really, really good boost up the search engines. Now, many of these link wheel sites, the Web 2.0 properties you use, have RSS feeds. So what you could do is you could use a website like rssmix.com or Yahoo Pipes and combine the RSS feeds and create new ones, which you can then submit to directories and use even as content on some of your link wheel sites. So, Squidoo, for example, allows you to incorporate an RSS feed. If you took the RSS feed from other of your sites, combined it with, say, Yahoo Pipes, with, say, an RSS feed based on like keyword from, say, CNN.com or a couple of other authority sites, you can have a brand new RSS feed which you can incorporate into your link wheel spokes for unique content. So it's very, very powerful way for you to get keyword specific RSS feeds. So it's very, very good. And of course, when you create these new RSS feeds, you can submit them to the RSS directories, which of course is going to bring you traffic, backlinks, ranking, etc., etc. You've probably seen backlink packages for sale. Now, backlink packages are a great way to give your sites a boost up the search engines. You can use these on your money site, or you could use them on any of the spokes of your link wheel, any of those sites as well. These often provide a very, very beneficial backlink because it's from an authority site, so it does very, very well for you. So it's a good way to basically get some good link love to your money site and to the spokes of your link wheel. And remember, the better your link wheel spokes rank, the better they're considered by the search engines, the better it is for your money site, the more of a boost your money site's going to get. Now, what you can do is you may just create, say, a single link wheel about your main keyword, but what if instead of just doing a single link wheel about your main keyword, you created a link wheel for every single keyword you were targeting? You repeated this process for all of the keywords. Now that is obviously going to let you dominate the search engines for all of your keywords and give you a massive amount of traffic. Yes, it's some work, but the benefits to you are absolutely huge. So it is worth your while taking the time to create these link wheels for every single keyword. It's going to give you some great results in the search engine rankings if you do it. It really, really is. You know, link wheels are highly effective as it is. So targeting multiple keywords by creating multiple link wheels per keyword, you're going to get some great results. You really, really are. And of course, for each keyword that you're targeting, there's nothing to stop you from creating more spokes. I mean, there's hundreds of Web 2.0 sites. I mean, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of them. So yeah, you could go just work your way through and create one on every single site, and you'll have hundreds and hundreds of incoming links that are high quality and look good as far as the search engines are concerned. So you can take that time if you're really serious about dominating for a keyword. That's what you're going to have to do, and you're going to get some good results from it. Now, if you boost the page rank of your spokes, then you're going to boost the page rank of your money site. The way Google works is that the page rank sort of flows through, if you like. So one of the advanced techniques, and again, this is something most people don't bother, is promote your spokes as well. Keep record of them all, promote them, and boost them up the search engines as well. And you will find that out of the top 10 results, you may own 6, 7, or even 8 of them, or perhaps more, which means that pretty much whatever anyone clicks on, they're coming through to one of your sites. And that obviously gives you a massive amount of chance to earn. If you own, say, 1 of the top 10 results, you have effectively a 10% chance of getting a click-through. If you own 8 of them, you have an 80% chance of getting someone to one of your sites. So you can see it's very, very powerful for you to have that domination of the search engine results. Now, the whole aim of everything we talked about, including all these advanced techniques, is basically to boost your money site higher up the search engines. The higher that is, the more chance you have of getting traffic, and the better your earnings are going to be. So you really do need to apply these techniques very, very well. Creating multiple sites, like we've talked about here, is going to help you to dominate the top 10 of Google, and that's going to give you massive results. As I said, if you got 8 out of 10 results, that's 80% chance of getting somebody through to your site. You have 8 times more chance of getting someone to click through to your website. So it's very, very powerful. So if you apply all this, these are the sorts of results you're going to get. Now, here's another thing that you could do. This is a much more advanced technique, so I've left it to last. We talked about creating link wheels for each of your link wheel spokes, but what if you had your central money site, and around the outside of that was a number of domains that you owned that were information sites linking to it? So you would have a central money site, which is, say, an information product. Around this you may have, say, a dozen different websites that are all promoting that product from different points of view. You may have review sites, information sites, etc., etc. So you've got those sites feeding to your central site as well, and then you've got link wheels on each of those sites and on your central site. Now that's a very, very advanced technique that will give you absolutely impressive results. If you do that, you are building a really valuable network of virtual real estate, because you own the central domain, you own the ring of domains around it. And if you sold the whole lot of domains like that, you'd make an absolute fortune. You really would. If it's ranking well and it's getting traffic and it's making money, and you sold a network of sites, you'd get a lot of money for it. And that is building up what we call valuable virtual real estate. It really, really is. So you need to think about doing that. If you're really serious about a niche and you really want to do the absolute best in it, then that's what you do. You've obviously got your main site, and then you have all the sub-sites around it. They're on domains that are keyword rich, with keyword rich content, and you boost them all up the search engine rankings. And what it will do for you is give you absolutely incredible results. Yeah, you will seriously dominate the niche if you do that. It does take work, which is why most people don't do it, but if you do it, then you are going to make good amounts of money from it. So these have been some of the advanced techniques. I mean, some of them are more advanced than others, but if you do them, you're going to see some fantastic results from what we've talked about. So you now understand how to create link wheels, and you now know some of the advanced techniques. So if you put these into action, you're going to see some fantastic results. You're going to see yourself starting to dominate the top 10 of Google, and your income is going to increase and increase and increase. Now, obviously, once you've got your link wheel created, you need to start thinking about doing some SEO work on each spoke. You've got to start promoting those as well, so that you're going to get traffic to your site and start earning a decent amount of money from it. Now, there's plenty of techniques that you can use to promote your link wheel, and we're just going to talk about a couple of them right now. Now, when you create each spoke, the first thing you do once the site's created is ping it. So you'd go to somewhere like Pingoat or Pingler or Ping.in or somewhere like that. Any one of these ping sites, it doesn't matter which one you use. It really, really doesn't. They all do the same thing. And you would go to that site, and then you ping. You use it to ping your spoke that you've just created. And what this will do is this will notify the search engines that the site's there, and it will start getting traffic to it. So it's going to get it spidered. It's going to start getting it looked at. So it's very important. That's pretty much the first thing you do when you finish creating a spoke. You would then social bookmark it. Now, you could outsource this, you could use software, or you could use a tool like onlywire.com, which I can highly recommend as it's free. So what you would do is you would social bookmark each spoke. Again, that tells the search engines it's there, it tells it there's a new site, and it's going to get backlinks into your website, and hopefully it will get you some traffic as well. If it gets picked up on the social bookmarking site, then you can get some good traffic from it. Many of the spokes, now not all of them, but some of the spokes will provide you with an RSS feed. Now take this RSS feed and submit it to the RSS directories. What's this going to do? It's going to get the search engines to your site, it's going to get you backlinks. And quite often with some of the social bookmarking sites and the RSS directories, these entries will rank independently for that keyword. So quite often you can get yet another entry in the top 10 results from this. So these are all ways of getting your site noticed by the search engines, getting it indexed, and start to get some backlinks, which obviously is going to boost each spoke up the search engine rankings a little. And then you need to do some link building to each spoke. So basically you've got to start promoting the spokes. You can use the backlink packets, you can use many other techniques, but you've got to try and get each spoke ranking. You've got to start getting traffic from each spoke. So you may do some blog commenting, or if it's Squidoo, you may go and find other related lenses and leave a comment, or put your link in the link lists, anything like that. All of that is going to get traffic and links through to your spoke, your site, and it's going to help it boost up the search engine rankings. Now, something you could use that's very effective is press releases. Submit some press releases, even do some SEO on the press releases once they're submitted, and again, you're going to rank well. It could be another entry in the top 10 search engine results, so you can't go wrong with all this. And finally, you can use article marketing. Now, any traffic generation technique will work. But article marketing is very, very effective again. You can either write articles and submit them to Easy Articles, or you can take PLR articles, spin them, and blast them out to all the other article directories. It's entirely up to you how you want to work it. But article marketing is going to get you a good number of incoming links through to your website. So you've got to promote each of the spokes, because you want each spoke to rank well. You want them to rank independently of your money site. Now, if you have done well with these sites, you can get a lot of results in the top 10, and quite honestly, that's going to see your income do really, really well. You want the link wheel spokes ranking, you want them getting traffic, you want them funneling that traffic through to your money site, as well as the fact they're funneling the link love that helps boost your money site higher in the search engine rankings. So you've got to remember that the page rank is passing through from each of your spokes to your money site. So if you can get one of your spokes up to say it's a page rank 5 and it's passing through to your money site, then obviously that's extremely effective. It really, really is, because it's going to give that money site a massive boost up, because of course you've got a page rank 5 site linking to it. So you want to create a network of sites that have got good page ranks that obviously is going to help your money site so that you earn more from it. High page rank links is going to help you incredibly. It really, really is. So you've got to do this. Now, this technique works very well if you've created your money site and then you've created a ring of sites around it that you own, domain names that are then promoting your money site. Because if those have a high page ranks and you absolutely own them, they're your own domain name, not a Web 2.0 property, you've built some very valuable virtual real estate. It means that when you have a new site and you want to give it a boost, you just put a link on that high page rank site, and it's going to give your new site an instant credibility in the eyes of the search engines, which obviously is very, very good for you. But it's a tried and tested technique, all of this. It works very, very well. The techniques we talked about are ones that are very, very effective. But if you've got other favourite traffic generation techniques, then use all those. There's nothing wrong with you using any technique that will get the link wheel spokes ranking well. Now, there's lots of software out there that will create hundreds of links for you very, very quickly. So you could use those if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. You can just use whatever techniques work for you. It doesn't matter. But you've got to promote the spokes. At very, very least, you want to do the pinging, the social bookmarking, the RSS directory submission. That's the minimum that you want to do to achieve some results. If you do more, then obviously that's going to be better for you. But it's important not to leave any footprints. When you're promoting your wheel and creating it, and we're going to talk about this in more detail in a little while, is don't leave behind any footprints. If you leave behind something which the search engines can trace and say, aha, it's this guy, he owns all these sites, it could have a negative effect on your empire. Whereas if you've created sites following some of the techniques we talked about here, and you've randomized the linking structure, you've created, used different keywords as anchor text, and some of the other texts we'll talk about, then you're going to find that you don't leave a footprint and you don't get any of your sites removed. Some of the Web 2.0 sites are fiercely anti-internet marketers, so you do need to be careful how you create your sites there. But follow the techniques we'll talk about in a couple of videos time and you won't have a problem. But remember, you have to not only promote your money site, but promote the spokes of your link wheel, because the better your link wheel spokes rank, the higher your money site will rank, because sort of the link love, if you like, the link juice, whatever you want to call it, flows through from the spokes to your money site. So the better your spokes are doing, the better your money site will do. And it's simple. It takes you 10 minutes to use the simple techniques, but if you want to go into use article marketing and a bit more with the spokes, it's going to take a little bit more time, but you're going to see some really, really good results when you finish. And as we've stressed a number of times throughout this video program, you can end up dominating the top 10 search results in Google, which frankly is only going to do you an awful lot of good in terms of income and traffic. Now, when it comes to outsourcing your link wheel creation, you do need to be aware that you get what you pay for. Now, if you pay a decent amount of money, you are, in most cases, likely to get a decent service. If you don't, then the chances are you may not. So be aware that if you pay peanuts, you're probably going to end up hiring a monkey. So this is one of the places you can come. It's called Digital Point Forums. If you go to forums.digitalpoint.com, you will need to register before you can post. It's free to do so. Just click on the link up here. Now, Digital Point is, how should I describe it? Now, without offending anyone, it's sort of like the poor man's warrior forum, if you like. The warrior forum is quite high class, and you can find linkwheel services there. But the Digital Point is a bit, shall we say, more. If you want to compare it, let's think of the Warriors Forum as, like your Macy's or your high-class store, somewhere, your Tiffany's or a big mall or something like that. Whereas Digital Point is more like sort of a tiny street market somewhere in the corner of Marrakesh. There's lots of people screeching and shouting, lots of people ready to rip you off and pick your pocket at a drop of a hat. Whereas, in your high-class mall, you're not going to get that. So come here, with your hand firmly on your wallet and be prepared. So the reason I'm showing you is its big advantage is you can get some seriously cheap work done here, and I mean seriously cheap work. I mean, I had somebody, if you know OnlyWire has 40 services on it, social bookmarking sites. Somebody from here, I paid $15 to create 5 email accounts and 5 accounts on every single one of those social bookmarking sites. So that was 40 times 5, 200 social bookmarking accounts. So you can get some seriously cheap work here, and people think it's great. Now, the $15 I paid for that wasn't the lowest bid. There was bids a lot lower than that. So be aware that you can get some great deals here. So what you can do is you either post a thread saying that you want to buy. Now, if you're selling something here, you can see these 2 posts here. It has a WTS and a WTB. If you want to hire somebody, you'd put WTB want to buy, and you put something like want to buy linkwheel creation services. And what it will do is that people will answer you. You'll get deluged with people wanting to do it, varying levels of skill. So you have to set your criteria and say, well, don't give the amount you're willing to pay. So what you do is you say, I want someone to create me 60 Web 2.0 sites on a list of sites that I provide, using a separate email address for each one, providing me with a report of all of the sites created and the user ID and password and email address and password used for each one. And you say something like, provide me with a quote on how much you will want to be paid for this, or let me know how much you want to be paid to do this work, and people will come back to you. If you set a budget, then people will always say, well, I'll do it for that much. So if you ask them to quote, you'll get a wide variety of answers, and some low, some high, and then you can have a bit of research, look at each one, look at people's iTraders, which is like their feedback as to how well they performed, and then you can pick somebody from that. That's usually how I do it, and you find some good people. So it'll be somewhere here under services. Let's have a look, like under traffic, for example. So you can see here there's all sorts of people selling traffic, lots and lots of people. So what I'm going to do, let me find somebody who will do some link wheels for us. So here we have someone that will do a link wheel and ping your site at the same time. Here they tell you the information, and here's the pricing. Okay, if we look here, you can see 60 spokes, $60, 100 spokes, $120. So that's not really bad pricing, to be perfectly honest. So I think it's very good. So he doesn't perfectly interlink them, so they don't raise a red flag. He pings them, which is good. and I know this particular person will provide you a with a reporter where he's put all your links as well. So they're all on sites from PageRank 1 to 7. So very, very good. Will do these link wheels for you. So all you need to do is a keyword, URL, article, and an email address, and there you are. So I mean, this is a good one. I mean, he's shown you a picture of a link wheel there, which I'm sure you're familiar with after seeing our diagrams earlier on. So I mean, this is the sort of service you can get on here, and if you just do a search, type link wheel in there, you'll find people that will do this for you at a variety of prices. Now, you may not be entirely comfortable perhaps with using digital points, so you may want to use a site like Elance or Rent-A-Coder or Guru.com or Freelancer.com or whatever it might be. Using a site like that, you can obviously find people and you can hire them to do a specific job. Now, with these sites, you can obviously expect to pay a little bit more, but you can still get some very, very good pricing done on them for you. So, you know, consider using these sites as well. I mean, I'm not going to go through using Elance or any of these sites at all. But what I will show you last of all is this. If you do a Google for link wheel creation or something like that, you'll see people here that will offer you the service. So if we just click at one at random, let's just try this one here and see what it says. I mean, here's one of the companies. I don't know how much I trust them, because let's face it, they've got an error up here. They don't have any pricing on it either, which instantly puts me off. However, one thing they do, which is rather nice of them, is here you are. Here's some very nice ideas for sites that you can use. So there's a number of sites here you may want to use: Zanga, LiveJournal, News Alloy, and so on. So some good ideas here. But you can see what they do is they offer. They're not going to be cheap, because you get 7 unique articles written, 7 Web 2.0 properties, 1 custom video, your RSS feed submitted, social bookmarking of each site, and 2 links per. So yeah, they do a lot for you, but I imagine it's fairly pricey because they don't show you a price. So let's go back and have a look at another one. Let's just click on this one and see what this one says. Okay, so here's another one. Again, they've got a nice little picture there. Don't give anything away though. And you can see, what do? They give you 12 unique articles on 12 unique websites. All of them are social bookmarked. All of the RSS feeds. All of the articles get some backlinks to them. And it's 60 per link wheel. Or you can get a new complex one, which is $80. So that's not particularly expensive. That's not a bad price for 12 unique articles. But you saw over here on Digital Point, for $60 we were getting 60 sites. So you've got to decide what you want. These are obviously, they're doing it all for you. So with this one, you would have to write the article. You don't have one article used, and you would have to then social bookmark it, submit the RSS feeds and everything else. That these will do it for it. So it depends upon your budget, it depends upon your strategy. If you've got the money, something like this is well worth doing. In fact, is it worth hiring somebody to do this full time for you if you can afford to? Otherwise, you may want to do it yourself or just use a cheap service like this. I mean, this one here looks very, very good. It will do the job for you, and it's a good start. So yeah, it's a good start to use one of these. As I said, it depends upon your strategy and what you want to achieve as to which one of these you're going to use. But that's basically outsourcing. Remember, with outsourcing, you get what you pay for. So you're getting a good quality service here. They're doing quite a lot for you. I mean, to get 12 articles written, if that's $10 an article that you're paying a writer, then that's $120. I mean, even a cheap writer, you're probably looking at $60 for 12 articles. So that's a very, very good deal, really. So think about how you're going to outsource it, what you want to achieve. Know your budget and stick to it. Don't go spending hundreds of dollars if you don't have it. But outsourcing is really going to speed up the link wheel creation, because obviously you can focus on creating more sites or doing whatever you need to do, while somebody else is concentrating on building the link wheel and your business for you. We've talked a lot so far about how to create link wheels, how to get them ranking, but one of the big issues that I want to address in this video is the fact that many people complain that their link wheel properties get deleted. So they spend ages creating a Web 2.0 site and then it gets removed. Now, you're creating these sites on somebody else's property. Effectively, you're going to somebody else's house and you're sticking a poster up on the wall. Now, some of these sites are more militant than others. Some of them are very anti-internet marketers, and obviously they want to look after their visitors, they want to provide value to their visitors, and they're not there solely to help you make money and boost your sites up the search engine rankings. They're there to provide a service to people, and we are basically, as internet marketers, taking advantage of their generosity in order to make money ourselves. So how do you avoid getting your Web 2.0 properties deleted? Well, firstly, it's important to add value with your link wheel spokes. When you create a link wheel spoke, don't just blast out any old rubbish, because frankly that's not going to do well. You're going to end up finding them deleted. If you've got good quality information and you spend a bit of time to make the link wheels look nice, then you're going to get some good quality results. They're not going to be deleted. So you have to remember that your link wheel spokes need to add value, particularly to your readers and to the site that you're creating them on. So promoting and creating junk link wheel spokes is going to invite them to be removed and deleted. So when you are creating these posts, don't be overtly commercial. You know, if you basically your link wheel spoke is all about buy this product, buy this product, buy this product, it's likely to be deleted. What you need to do instead is to review the product or talk about the subject and recommend the product, something like that. If you're too commercial, you can find that your sites are going to get removed. And some are worse than others for this. You know, Blogger is well known as being very overtly commercial sites. So you've got to be very, very careful in how you create them. But if you're thinking about adding value and thinking about a real person visiting that site looking for information and you are providing them with that information, then you will not have any problems with your link wheels. The last thing you want is for any of your spokes to be deleted. Yeah, if you've built up the page rank of one of the spokes and then it gets removed, that's a problem. You know, you spent a lot of time and effort on it. So, you know, you need to really value your spokes and treat them well, and that will help you to rank very, very well for it. Now, this is one reason why some people will create their own network of domains they own around their money site, is because that way, if a spoke gets deleted, they're not really that worried about it. They're still going to be doing okay with it. But basically, the whole aim of this exercise, if you like, is to avoid leaving any footprints. You do not want to leave footprints that say this is a link wheel. You've got to remember the search engines are smart. Google in particular employs people with brains the size of planets. You know, they are smart. They know what we're doing. They are sitting on our forums. They are subscribed to our newsletters. They know exactly what we are doing and how we do it. And you know, they're going to let some of it slide, but you know, the search engines are there to provide accurate search results to the people that use them. If they don't do that, then they will lose their position as a search engine. People won't use it. It's happened in the past. Many years ago, Yahoo were the #1 search engine. Their results weren't very good, and Alta Vista came along. Their results were better. Everyone moved to Alta Vista. Then Google came on the scene. Their results were even better. Alta Vista is, you know, died and forgotten as far as many people are concerned nowadays. But for a time, Alta Vista was the search engine of choice. So the search engines are there to give a good search experience and good results to their users. So, you know, if they think that people are trying to manipulate the search engine results and basically, you know, promote junk, then they're going to remove them. They're going to do something about it. Remember, some years ago there was the big Google slap where all the junk IM sites, information sites, were removed overnight. So you've got to avoid leaving footprints, and that's part of what we're going to discuss in this video. So you always need to randomize your link wheels. Randomizing the order of the sites that you create and how they link is all going to help remove footprints. If you always do Squidoo to Blogger to WordPress to Hub Pages to Webpaint to blah blah blah, then it's a dead giveaway. But if you randomize it, then obviously you're removing a footprint. It's not going to be obvious that it is a link wheel. Sometimes you may break the link wheel and not link to another site within it, but link somewhere completely different, or just to the money site, or to an authority site, or something like that. And creating randomness like that helps remove the footprint of a link wheel. The other thing you can do that is very, very effective is to add new content over time. So you create your link wheel sites and you go back a week later and put another post on, increase the length, a week later add some more. Because most sites within the link wheel only have a single post on. So by creating it with 2 posts and then adding more over time, instantly you're stepping away from the whole I'm a link wheel thing, and it's looking more and more natural, and that's what you're after. You want your sites to look like they are naturally created by a real person in order to share information, rather than something that has been created solely to promote your money site. Now, one thing you can do that I find to be highly effective is use different names and email addresses. Go to Yahoo, Gmail, wherever it might be, create multiple email addresses and then use different names. And if you do that, then obviously that again removes the footprint. If you've created 100 sites pointing to you and they're all in the name of Fred Smith at fredsmith@yahoo.com, then that's a big footprint. What I would tend to do, and this is me personally, is I would go to on each Web 2.0 site, I would use a different email address. I would create a brand new email address somewhere and with a different name, and I would use that to create the site, and that is going to be very, very effective, because obviously you've removed the big footprint of the same name and email address. Now obviously, yes, it's a little bit more work, but you're building a network of sites that's 100% natural and is going to last. Now, there is automated software on the market that will create the link wheel for you. However, I've tried 3 different pieces of software now, and honestly, they're all problematical. They really, really are. The trouble is creating a link wheel is a complex process, and much of the software relies on scripting. So it relies on being able to go to the site, and the software knows that if it clicks here, it goes to the next page. If it fills in this information here, it does the other. So it all relies on the page looking the same. Now, obviously, the Web 2.0 sites realize that people are creating automated software, so what they do is every now and then they'll just move a checkbox or a button or something else, and then you'll find that your software doesn't work. I've used a few pieces of software, and honestly, I'm not happy with any of them. They've been notoriously unreliable and flaky, basically, is the only way I can say it. And I think that's because of the complexity of the software and what it's trying to do. But there is automated software out there that you can look at and you can try to use. Some of it's better than the others, but ultimately at the end of the day, nothing is going to beat manually creating automated your own sites yourself. Automated software, yeah, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to really replace the effectiveness of manual creation. Now, if you're creating many of these sites, if you're going to create 10 sites on Squidoo in a day, you may want to use some sort of proxy in order to disguise your IP address. If Squidoo sees somebody from one IP address creating lots and lots of sites, then obviously that's going to raise a big red flag for them. So they're going to investigate. So if you disguise your IP address, then obviously that's going to help you to be able to create more sites without getting, shall we say, caught. So when you're starting your link wheel, don't always start on the same Web 2.0 site. A lot of people will always start on Squidoo or Hub Pages or whatever it might be. Now that's a footprint. Randomize it. Don't start on Squidoo and then move to the same one. Pick a different site at random. You've got a big list of Web 2.0 properties, just pick one. Doesn't matter where you start, you'll work your way through them all. And remember, don't work on your link wheel in the same order. Linking in the same order is a massive footprint and a big giveaway. If they keep seeing these networks of sites cropping up that always link from a certain way and then through to a money site, you're going to lose out. So randomize everything about how you create your sites. The more you randomize it, the better it's going to be for you, because there is not going to be any footprint and it's going to look 100% natural. And finally, what you can do is occasionally link to other external sites. Linking to other external sites is going to do you a lot of good, because Google likes to see information sites linking to authority sites. So what I'll often do is I'll link to a page on, say, Wikipedia, or a manufacturer's page or something like that, in order to show that I'm not just promoting my own stuff, but I'm also linking through to known authority sites in the niche. And what that does is, again, make it look 100% natural. And finally, 70% of your links need to be your main keyword and 30% your other keywords. Again, this is randomizing it and making it all look very, very natural. So the links between your link wheel spokes and through to your money site, 70% of them your main keyword and 30% other keywords. And if you apply these tips and what you've learned here, you will do very well. You're not going to find your link wheels being deleted or removed, and you're going to get some very, very good results. Now you've learned all about link wheels, and you can see that link wheels are very, very powerful from the point of view of SEO. They're very good at getting your website ranking higher in the search engines and getting you traffic and getting you basically earning a decent amount of money. They really, really can help. So they're a very powerful tool for SEO. But they are time consuming to create if you're doing them by hand. If you're using software, then obviously it's a bit quicker. If you are outsourcing it, then obviously it takes no time at all for you to do it. But it's very, very worthwhile for you to do this. It really, really is. So you do need to spend the time doing your link wheels, but if you do, the rewards are quite significant. It's going to help you get your money site to the top of the search engines. And what is that going to do to you? Well, of course, it's going to help you rank well and get good quality traffic. So when your money site is in the top 10 of Google, you're going to start seeing a good amount of income from it. You have to remember, most people don't go beyond the first page of Google when they're looking for results. So get your site ranking well in Google, and typically it will rank well in other search engines too. So with your link wheel spokes, particularly if you've done some of the promotion that we spoke about earlier for the link wheel spokes, you can quite easily start to dominate the top 10 results with your link wheel and with your websites. And of course, what does this mean to you? Well, it means that you have a higher percentage of somebody coming through to your site and through to your money site. So for example, if in the top 10 you have one entry, you have effectively a 10% chance of someone coming through to your website. Now, if you've got 8 entries in the top 10, you have an 80% chance of somebody coming through to one of your websites. So you have a much more opportunity to funnel people through to your websites. So link wheels are a superb way to get good rankings and large amounts of traffic. And of course, that's the fundamental part of internet marketing. You've got to rank well in the search engines, and you have to have traffic. If you don't have traffic, there is no point you being in business. You are not going to make any money. So it's very, very important that you use link wheels and you use them well, because they're going to help you to overcome some of the major issues that internet marketers face when they set up business online. Now, when it comes to content, you may use unique PLR or spun content. It depends upon your strategy and what you're after achieving. If you are after dominating the top 10 and getting some good human visitors, you're going to use mainly unique and well spun content. If you are not that fussed about human visitors and you're just doing it for the links, you probably use PLR that you haven't changed, or maybe just automated spun content that you're not too worried about if it doesn't make sense. So you have to decide before you start your link wheel what strategy you're adopting. Are you aiming for human visitors, or are you just going for the backlinks? And that will affect how you use your content. Now, you have to be careful when you create your link wheel that you don't leave a footprint. Obviously, the search engines are very smart. The people that run them and work for them know what we as internet marketers do. They are effectively watching over our shoulders all the time. So if you leave a footprint, you're likely to find your site being deleted. So if you apply the techniques we talked about within this program, randomize the orders that sites link, randomize where you start, use different names and IP addresses, change the keywords you use sometimes. All of that is going to help you avoid leaving a footprint, and it's going to mean that your sites won't get deleted. Now, some of the Web 2.0 sites are very, very militant in being anti-internet marketers, because basically, let's face it, in general, internet marketers don't add a lot of value to these sites. They just want to slap up some information to get backlinks without concern about the community of the site. So if you are overtly commercial in your Web 2.0 sites, then you can expect to see some of them being removed, because these people will notice them and go, well, I don't want that on my site, and delete it, which is fair enough. It's their prerogative, it's their site. So if you concentrate on providing good quality information and not being too commercial or too blatant about your promotion, you're not going to have any of your sites removed. Once you've created all the spokes, you need to do some basic promotion of them. So you ping them, social bookmark them, you may do some article marketing, or RSS feed submission, all that sort of thing, to help those those spokes of your link wheel rank well. Because of course, if they're ranking well, that is going to help you with your traffic. Because of course, it's going to the link love is going to flow through to your money site and boost your money site up the search engines. Now, don't forget, you can outsource your link wheel creation. Now, it's not going to be the cheapest thing to do. It is quite labour intensive, but it can be very, very effective. I mean, searching around on some of the sites we've looked at, I've seen people that will do your link wheel with 60 spokes for $60. Though I've also seen people that will do you 20, 30 spokes for $150 to $200. So you have to shop around, but remember, you get what you pay for. So if you pay peanuts, expect monkeys. So outsourcing isn't exactly cheap, but it's a way of getting good quality link wheels created. So it is something to consider. But you can also, of course, make link wheels for your link wheels. If you're really serious about boosting your site up the search engines, do a link wheel for your link wheels. Instead of link wheels around your money site, have a network of domains that you own and host, and boost those up with link wheels. And that's going to really, really help. You end up with quite a complex network of sites, but you end up with some very, very good rankings and a complete domination of the search engines. So what you will do is, remember, you'll create a link wheel effectively for every single keyword you want to rank for. You will use your main keywords 70% of the time and your other keywords 30%, but effectively you're going to create a link wheel for every single keyword that you want to rank for. And what this will do is this will boost your money site up in the search engine rankings for all of those keywords. So link wheels are a very powerful component of any SEO strategy, and if you're really serious about internet marketing and really dominating the search engine results and making a good go of it and getting some serious income, then you really need to be thinking about using link wheels. You'll get some fantastic results from them. They're very, very worthwhile using, and once you've got the hang of creating them and you understand how they work, you're not going to have any problems creating them. It's not going to take you too long to do. I mean, it's not a quick process. Don't expect to have a 60 spoke link wheel done in an hour. Expect it to take you some time to do, but you'll get the hang of it and you'll be able to do it very, very well. So, link wheels are going to help you massively in your business, because you can end up with a network of sites that dominate the search engines. You can find, if you've got lots and lots of spokes on your link wheel and you promoted all the spokes, you could end up owning pretty much 80 to 90% of the top 10 or top 20 or even top 30 of the search engine results. Now, obviously, that means for you a much, much higher chance of people hitting your money site and much more traffic. So through a link wheel and a network of link wheels, you can create this powerful network of sites which are driving you traffic and increasing your earnings. So you have all the tools that you need now to go and create your very own link wheels. So let's start creating link wheels, apply what you've learned, and enjoy the results, because the results are pretty spectacular, I can tell you that, and I think you'll be very, very pleased once you've started creating link wheels and seeing what effect they can have upon your business and your income. And using these link wheels, you can live the internet marketing dream.